Hello friends, welcome everyone to Precision Price Action Trader Pro Trader series. Today we are going to learn a very interesting topic, the art of drawing downtrend lines. In the previous video we spoke about uptrend lines. In this video we are going to talk about how to draw downtrend lines. So when do you draw a downtrend line? When will you draw a downtrend line? Whenever market is in a downtrend. So what is this? You see this mountain? In technical world it's called as a peak. The way you have a V for valley, this is a peak. Peak 1 is formed. It formed a low one here. Peak 2 is formed. See, you can draw a trend line. What are the three rules? Rule number 1, 2 peaks. Okay. Rule number 2, your H1 should be greater than H2. Rule number 3, your L1 should be greater than L2. This is your H1. This is your H2, this is your L1, this is your L2. Can you verify the 3 rules? Very simple. 2 peaks, H1 is greater than H2, L1 is greater than L2. So you can draw this beautiful trend line. Clear? Let's go further. You have this L1, you have this L2. Now you have 2 valleys. Can you see this? Valley 1, valley 2. Can you please check and tell me if you can draw a trend line? Think. Apply the 3 rules. Think about it. Ideally the answer is no. It doesn't pass the rules. Now, check these 2 peaks. Peak 2, peak 3. Can you draw the trend line? You need 2 peaks. Peak 1, peak 2 and peak 3. Your H3. Your H3 should be lesser than H2 or H2 should be greater than H3. Second, your L2 should be greater than L3. So when this happens, you can draw that trend line. Is that clear, friends? Very simple again. 3 simple rules. Now let's get into some examples. Alright, this is an example of Gale. Okay. Friends, look at this. Can you make a note of this? This peak and this peak. Can you? Look at this. I'll start from here. This is peak 1. This is peak 2. This is peak 3. This is peak 4. Okay? Now, second set of rules. H1 is greater than H2. H2 is greater than H3. H3 is greater than H4. Is that fair? Simple? Alright. Now come back to L. L1 is greater than L2, L2 is greater than L3, L3 is greater than L4. Is that fair? All 3 rules passed. Then how do I draw the line? I can join these 2 and form a trend line. I cannot cut like this. That is a wrong methodology. Alright. So I can join these 2 and draw a trend line. I can join these 2 and draw a trend line. I can join these 2 and draw a trend line. Okay, you might ask me, Ashok, why can't I draw a trend line like this? You can draw a trend line like this, but this candle, this beautiful candle engulfed the trend line. Is that fair? Fine. Let's get into some more examples. Who is this? HDFC, good example. Look, can I draw a trend line here? Can I draw a trend line here? Can I draw a trend line here? Think about it. This is a valid trend line. This is a valid trend line. This is not a valid trend line. Tell me why. Why? It's because your L2, this one, should always be lower than L1. It should have come like this and go. It should have come down. It didn't come down. Okay? Great. Now let's pick up some more examples for you. HDFC Bank are same. HDFC Life Insurance. Alright. Can I draw a trend line like this, friends? Fair? Why? Because there are two peaks. Next, my H1 is greater than H2, my L1 is greater than L2. Very, very simple. Three very simple rules. I can draw this trend line. I can draw this trend line. Okay? I can draw this trend line also. Pretty much valid. Let's pick up some more examples. Hero. Wow, this is a brilliant one. Look at this. Is that a valid trend line, friends? 100% valid. Is this a valid trend line? Is this a valid trend line? Is this a valid trend line? This is valid. This is valid. This is valid. This is invalid. Explain me why. Why that downtrend line is invalid? It is invalid because the L2 is not lower than your L1. Very, very simple. You want me to pick some more examples? This is Hindustan Unilever. Okay. Can I draw this trend line? Can I draw this trend line? This is a valid trend line. This is not. Explain me why. Because your H2 is not less than H1. Your H1 is lower than H2, which is a wrong scenario. Very simple, straightforward. Alright. One last example before we wind up with this video. Okay. Look at this. I can draw the trend line, right? Yes, you can. I can even draw this trend line. Check it out. Both are valid, 100% valid. Is that fair? Sounds good? You want some more examples? Okay, last guy, Infosys. Maybe you can take, no. This is a valid guy. Only this is a valid guy. because peak 1, peak 2. See how beautiful it is. It has passed the rule. Though it's a small trend line, but it has passed the rules of the game. Okay, let's go further. So which are the three principles? You need two picks. Your H2 should be lower than H1. Third, your L2 should be lower than L1. Only three simple rules. So what did we learn in this simple video? The three simple rules for the right way to draw a downtrend line. So wrong trend lines results in wrong decisions. Wrong decisions results in wrong trades. Wrong trades results in wrong situations, typically losses. And never ignore the rules of the game. With this, we come to the end of the session on drawing a downtrend line successfully. In the next video, we'll talk about much more interesting topics. Until then, thank you very much.